Welcome to the opening ceremony of the Global Youth Climate Challenges 22-23 Umseong Town Hall Meeting. Before we begin, let us introduce ourselves. Hello, we are the GYCC call leaders, Dain Kim
and Liam Park,
and we'll host today's event. Nice to meet you, everyone.
Now we will begin the Global Youth Climate Challenges 22-23 Umseong Town Hall Meeting. To introduce GYCC 22-23, it is co-hosted by the 2050 Carbon Neutrality and Green Growth Commission and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and is a gathering of young people around the world interested in climate and environmental issues who share solutions on how to deal with climate change.
Many people helped our GYCC Global Youth participants to gather together at one place. Let me introduce you to our distinguished guests. Please stand when your name is called.
First of all, former UN Secretary General Mr. Ban Ki-moon has kindly attended today. And next, Governor of the Chungcheongbuk-do Province, Mr. Kim Young-hwan, has kindly attended today. Next, Secretary General of the Trilateral Cooperation Secretariat, Ms. Oh Chen, has kindly attended today. Next, Mayor of Umseong-gun, Mr. Jo Byung-ok, has kindly attended today. Next, the chairman of Umseong-gun Council, Mr. An Hae-sung, has kindly attended today. And finally, former Korean ambassador to the UN, Mr. Kim Suk, has kindly attended today. Thank you for your attendance.
Then let's take time to hear the welcome and congratulatory remarks from each of our distinguished guests who have taken out valuable time to be present today. The first order will be a welcoming speech from the mayor of Umseong-gun, Mr. Jo Byung-ok. Translation will be provided. Please give a big round of applause.
세계 각국에서 오신 청년 여러분 반갑습니다. 음성군소 조병옥입니다.
Young people from all over the world, it's my pleasure to meet you. I'm Jo Byung-ok, County Governor of Umseong-gun.
기후 위기 해결에 많은 열정과 관심을 갖고 상상이 현실이 되는 대한민국의 중심 음성군을 방문하신 여러분을 11만 국민과 함께 환영합니다.
On behalf of the 110,000 county residents, I welcome you to Umseong-gun, a county located in the heart of Korea, where imagination becomes reality and committed to fighting climate crisis.
오늘 글로벌 청년 기후환경 챌린지를 반기문 전 유엔 사무총장님의 고향이자 기후변화에 대응하여 친환경 도시를 지향하는 음성군에서 다시 갖게 된 것을 매우 뜻깊고 기쁘게 생각합니다.
I am delighted to host the Global Youth Climate Challenges here in Umseong-gun, the hometown of former UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon, and a county that aspires to become green in response to climate change.
아울러 이번 행사를 추진해 주신 탄소중립 녹색성장위원회 반기문 재단 관련자 분들께도 깊은 감사를 드리며 바쁘신 중에도 참석해 주신 김영환 충북도지사님, 안혜성 음성군의회 의장님, 어보첸 한중일 협력사무국 사무총장님, 김숙 전 유엔 대사님께도 감사드립니다.
My gratitude goes to the staff of Carbon Neutrality and Green Growth Commission and Ban Ki-moon Foundation, and my special gratitude also extends to Mr. Kim Young-hwan, Governor of Chungcheongbuk-do, Mr. An Hae-sung, Chairman of Umseong-gun Council, Ms. Oh Bo-chien, Secretary General of the Trilateral Cooperation Secretariat, and Mr. Kim Suk, former Korean ambassador to the UN, for joining us despite their busy schedules.
기후환경 챌린지는 글로벌 32개국 청년들이 참여해요. 기후 변화에 대한 경각심과 문제 해결 방안을 청년의 목소리로 제시하고 그에 대한 해답을 찾아가는 의미 있는 시간으로 알고 있습니다.
GYCC is known as a meaningful event that brings together young people from 32 countries to raise awareness about climate change and drive youth-led climate ambition across the world.
지금 우리에게 닥친 기후 위기를 극복하고 희망찬 녹색 미래로 나가기 위해서는 대한민국뿐만 아니라 전 세계 시민 모두가 한마음 한뜻으로 지혜를 모으고 실천하는 노력이 필요합니다.
Overcoming the present climate crisis and moving towards a bright green future require international collective action, meaning that global citizens, including Koreans, should gather wisdom and make concerted efforts.
우리 군도 정부에서 추진하는 탄소 중립 실현과 그린 뉴딜 정책에 적극 동참하고 있습니다. 특히 국내 최대 수소 기반 에너지 안전 교육 표준화 클러스터 조성을 비롯한 신에너지 산업과 기후 환경 농업을 미래 성장 동력으로 선정하여 집중 육성하고 지속 가능한 환경의 가치가 중심이 되는 새로운 성장 패러다임 마련에 노력하고 있습니다.
In fact, Eumseong-gun is fully engaged in the carbon neutrality and the Green New Deal initiative led by the Korean government. In particular, the county is striving to create a new growth paradigm that centers on the concept of environmental sustainability. To this end, Eumseong-gun has selected climate-smart agriculture and new energy sectors aimed at securing new growth engines, including the construction of the nation's largest hydrogen-based energy safety, training, and standardization cluster.
이번 행사를 통해 혁신의 DNA를 가진 청년들의 기발한 지혜가 모아져 모든 생명, 모든 세대가 길이 누리는 더 나은 녹색 세상을 만드는 계기가 되었으면 합니다.
I hope today's event serves as an opportunity to inspire brilliant ideas from global youth with innovation in their DNA to create a better, greener, and more sustainable world for all living things and all generations.
음성군은 2,800개 기업을 부여한 산업도시이자 햇살의 복숭아, 다울천 수박 등 친환경 명품 농산물로 유명한 고장입니다. 또한 매년 나눔과 사랑의 박의 정신을 추구하는 품바 축제를 개최하고 있습니다.
Eumseong-gun is an industrial city that accommodates around 2,800 companies and is a place well known for its top-quality, eco-friendly agricultural productions such as 햇살의 peach, peaches that have nicely ripened after receiving plenty of sunlight, and 다울천 watermelon, the highest quality watermelons in all respect. In addition, the county annually hosts the Eumseong Pumba Festival to feature the noble spirit of love and sharing.
오늘 방문을 시작으로 다음 기회에는 음성군의 산업, 자연관광지는 물론 품바 축제를 비롯한 문화 행사에도 함께 참여할 수 있기를 기대합니다.
I hope your visit today opens a possibility for your future visits to the county's industrial tourism and natural attractions, as well as cultural events such as the Pumba Festival.
다시 한번 오늘 행사를 위해 음성군을 방문해 주신 모든 분들께 감사드리며 남은 일정 뜻깊게 마무리하시고 건강과 행복이 가득하시길 기원드립니다. 감사합니다.
Once again, thank you for visiting Eumseong-gun to attend the event. I hope you make the most out of your stay here in the county, and I wish you good health and happiness. Thank you.
Thank you for the thoughtful message, and please give another big round of applause for the invaluable message given by Mayor Cho Byung-ok. The next order will be a congratulatory speech from Governor of the Chungcheongbuk-do Province, Mr. Kim Young-hwan. There will be translation provided. Please give a big round of applause.
먼저 글로벌 청년 기후 환경 챌린지 2022년 2023을 산림과 호수가 조화로운 충북에서 개최된 것을 축하드립니다.
I would like to congratulate the hosting of 2022-2023 Global Youth Climate Challenge in Chungbuk Province, where the forest and lake blend well in harmony.
이번 행사를 추진해 주신 GYCC 청년랩 탄소중립 녹색성장위원회 외교부 관계자분들 그리고 바쁘신 중에도 함께해 주신 반기문 전 유엔 사무총장님, 아우보첸 한중일 협력 사무국 사무총장님, 김숙 전 주 유엔 대사님, 조병옥 음성군수님께 감사드립니다.
I would like to express my sincere gratitude to GYCC Youth Lab, Carbon Neutrality and Green Growth Commission, and relevant personnel of Ministry of Foreign Affairs for hosting this event, in addition to former UN Secretary Ban Ki-moon, Secretary General Oh Bo-chien of Trilateral Cooperation Secretariat, former UN Ambassador Kim Suk, Governor Cho Byung-ok of Eumseong, and the chairman of Eumseong-gun Council, An Hae-sung, who have honored the occasion with their presence despite their busy schedules.
오늘 행사는 전 세계 청년들이 기후 변화에 대처하고 환경 개선 의식을 갖기 위한 자리로 이번 회의 주제는 산림 파괴와 물 문제 해결 방안에 관한 것으로 알고 있습니다.
I am aware that today's event is a venue for global youths to take measures against climate change and build awareness on improvement of the environment. And I also understand this year's agenda to be about measures against deforestation and water issues.
산림은 매우 중요한 이산화탄소 흡수원으로 천연 탄소 포집 저장고인데 충북은 66%가 산림이고 백두대간으로 펼쳐진 충주호, 괴산호, 대청호 등 757개의 호수와 우리나라 4대강 중 남한강과 금강을 품고 있어서 푸른 숲과 맑은 물이 함께 어우러진 지역입니다.
Forests are critical sources that absorb carbon dioxide while also acting as natural carbon capture storage. And Chungcheongbuk Province is a region where green forests and clear water mingle together in harmony, with 66% of the region consisting of forests, along with 757 lakes, including Chungcheongho, Gwaesanho, and Daecheongho, that extend out to the Baekdu-daegan mountain range, and Namhan River and Gum River, which are 2 out of 4 major rivers of Korea.
우리 도는 신기후 체제와 기후 변화에 대응하기 위하여 지난 2021년 4월 15일 2050 탄소 중립을 선언한 바 있습니다.
Our province announced 2050 carbon neutrality on April 15th of 2021 to combat climate change and to respond to the new climate system.
전국 최초 산림 바이오 센터를 개청하여 미래 산림 생명 자원 확보를 위해 산림 바이오 경제를 구축하였고
Opening the nation's first forest bio center, the province established a forest-based bioeconomy through securing future forest bioresource and
이곳 음성에서 발원된 미호강 수지를 최고의 깨끗한 등급으로 개선하여 물이 살아있는 대표적인 생태하천으로 만들기 위해 미호강 프로젝트를 진행하고 있습니다.
We are pursuing the Miho River project to turn Miho River into a representative ecological river with animated water by enhancing the water quality of Miho River to the cleanest level.
지금 우리는 기후 변화를 넘어 기후 위기 시대에 살고 있습니다.
We have already passed the era of climate change. Currently, we are living in the era of climate crisis.
오늘 GYCC 전 세계 청년들의 기후 위기 문제 해결을 위한 노력에 감동받고 있습니다.
Today, I was deeply touched by the efforts taken by global GYCC youths on resolving climate crisis issues.
기후 위기 문제 해결을 위한 청년들의 더 많은 행동과 상상력이 이 전례 없는 위기를 극복하는 데 큰 힘이 될 것입니다.
Endless imagination and proactive actions taken by youths to resolve climate crisis issues will become the driving force to overcome this unprecedented crisis.
충청북도가 2050 탄소 중립 실현을 위해 GYCC 청년 랩 여러분과 함께 행동하겠습니다.
Chungbuk Province will take action together with members of the GYCC Youth Lab to achieve carbon neutrality by 2050.
오늘 행사를 준비해 주신 관계자 여러분께 감사드리며 여러분의 건강과 행복을 기원합니다.
I would like to express my gratitude once again to the relevant personnel who prepared today's event, and I wish you all good health and happiness. Thank you.
Yes, thank you for your thoughtful message. And next is the congratulatory speech from the Secretary General of the Trilateral Cooperation Secretariat, Ms. Albo Chen. Please give a big round of applause.
Your Excellency Mr. Ban Ki-moon, Chairman of the Ban Ki-moon Foundation for a Better Future, Mr. Kim Yo-hwan, Governor of Chungcheongbuk-do, and Mr. Cho Bing-ok, Mayor of Eunsoon, Mr. An Han-sen, Chairman of Eunsoon Council, and Mr. Kim Sok, former Ambassador to UN. Good afternoon, and the youth from around the world. And it is my great pleasure to meet you all, and my warm congratulations for the convention of GYCC. It is my honor to be invited by the 2050 Carbon Neutrality and Green Growth Commission and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Republic of Korea, and together with the Ban Ki-moon Foundation for a Better Future to this wonderful event. The world we are living in today is facing an unprecedented challenge, which is clear and immediate to mankind. However, where there is a challenge, there's an opportunity for us to work together. International cooperation has its roots in knowing that we had a better chance in solving problems when we work with each other. And that is why many countries, including China, Japan, and Korea, are putting collective efforts in countering the climate change. Recognizing these efforts, TCS is also taking part to address the environmental issues and to promote sustainable development goals. CJK ministerial meetings on environment, water resources, and forestry have been carried out for many years. As follow-up actions, the environmental agendas are at a core position. TCS organizes several projects to ensure that the topics discussed at the environmental ministers' meeting are carried out through grassroots activities. We are also working closely with other international organizations such as UNESCO to encourage the three countries to achieve carbon neutrality in due time. I'm proud to assert that TCS is a strong advocate for youth environment empowerment as well. TCS is well aware of the power of the youth and their ability to shape the future of our world. And based on this belief, TCS has established a youth network called Trilateral Youth Exchange Network, combining 8 youth projects operated by TCS. Try to name some of them, like Young Ambassadors Program or Youth Speech Contest, Trilateral Youth Summit, etc. And TCS, as the Youth Exchange Network in TCS, will serve as a talent pool and communication channel for youth in our region. We hope that our endeavors will foster bright, young individuals and contribute to a promising, sustainable future. Distinguished guests and partners, and I hope that this event will provide you with insight and continue to influence your path in climate action. I wish you all the best and look forward to your fruitful discussion today. Thank you and congratulations again.
Yes, thank you for your invaluable message.
From now on, former UN Secretary General Mr. Ban Ki-moon will give a keynote speech. Please give a big round of applause.
I'd like to extend my warmest welcome to all the participants in the GYCC from 37 countries today. I'd like to greet you by saying good afternoon, salam alaikum, ni hao, bonjour, buenos dias, 안녕하십니까. I don't think there is anybody from Russia, so I will omit the Russian. My special appreciation goes to Honorable Kim Young-hwan, Governor of Chungcheong North Province, who was just elected recently. Congratulations, my deepest congratulations. Honorable Jo Byung-ok, Mayor of Umseong County, and the Honorable Woo Bo-chan, Secretary General of the Trilateral Cooperation, and Honorable An Hae-sung, Chairman of Umseong City Council, who join us to hear the voices of the global youth about climate change. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, GICC participants, it's a great honor for me to have an opportunity to meet you all in my hometown. I was born here and grew up as a very young child, but the landscape was quite different back then. So it is a huge pleasure to see that this place welcomed the GYCC youth for the second time since 2020 and becomes a forum for the youth to discuss climate change response. Having a long career, almost 50 years, in the diplomatic arena, I had always hoped to make this world a better place. I contemplated what my role and global would be. Looking back, I just did my best in each step to be a bit closer to my inner mission, and at some point I was able to get the privilege of working as UN Secretary General. Now, what matters is not whether I have fulfilled my mission or not. What is important is I am still committed to the goal of making a better world for all of us. My such commitment will continue as long as I can. I will continue to work with you as much as I have been committed to these goals in my entire life. Now I work harder to enhance the idea of global citizenship with more dedication, and will continue to do that. What I want to emphasize now is that you are the leaders from different places of the world who must have distinct and shared hope for the better future for all of us. Our future is in your hands. It does not matter which country you are from. We are all global citizens, and this is why we all have to work together to make a better world. Ladies and gentlemen, dear GYCC members, serving as the United Nations Secretary General from 2007 for 10 years, I put priority on the agenda of peace and human rights, sustainable development goals, and SDGs, and climate change, gender equality, and youth empowerment. In my tenure of service as UN Secretary General, I took the lead in drawing an international consensus on two agendas. One was responding to rapidly changing climate phenomena, climate risk. The other was establishing sustainable development goals. The United Nations resolved the Sustainable Development Goals in September 2015 and adopted the Paris Climate Change Agreement in December of the same year. In that regard, I am very proud to have prioritized to have those two global goals adopted and achieved during my time as a Secretary General. To experience climate change firsthand, I visited the polar regions 5 times, 4 times Arctic, and 1 time Antarctica. Is there anyone who has ever visited Arctic regions? Please raise your hand if anyone has ever visited. I risked even my safety, my life. It's not easy to visit those places, but I just wanted to make sure that everybody understand that icebergs were melting, sea level was rising, climate change was happening and approaching much, much faster than we might thought. That is why I have brought many global media together with me and spoke out there. We have no planet B because we don't have any plan B either. This is my repeated message to the world's leaders. To experience climate change firsthand, that was my strong commitment, sort of a lead by example. You cannot just say, you do this, you do that, but you must do. President, governors, mayors, or professors, CEOs, I think they have lead by example. They have shown, demonstrate their leadership first so that their people would follow their leadership. Ladies and gentlemen, at that time, the Paris Agreement gained a lot of applause from the international opinion, being called a monumental victory for humanity and the planet, or the greatest diplomatic success, or the end of fossil fuels. According to the 6th assessment report of the IPCC, Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, this is an organization composed of more than 2,500 scientists, climatologists, statisticians. They announced that the global temperature will rise much faster than initially expected, leading to more frequent abnormal climates such as big floods, severe droughts, and typhoons in more serious levels. However, it is also expected that each government's immediate and active action can make a huge difference in global warming. Behind each government expected efforts, I believe you will be the agent, you will be the voice who will stir the public opinion, encourage the government officials, and press the status quo. All those efforts are for the future generations, the young people. We all should be clearly aware of the need for transition into an eco-friendly, low-carbon economy in each country, and you are the watchdog. You have to raise your voice. Who won? The political leaders. We also need to be the final consumers who have to make a positive influence on companies, private companies, in the course of selecting products. I believe that young people from 37 countries today can lead such action and serve as a driving force. If we do not act now in response to climate change, the survival of humankind will be greatly threatened. The goal of our action is to drastically reduce carbon emissions and achieve decarbonization by 2050. Korea has declared more than 150 countries have made their commitment that they will achieve carbon neutrality by 2050. Remember, There is no other option. Young people should be the agent of such actions, while the established generation, the current leadership, should support their visions as much as possible by incorporating them into their national and policies and systems. Dear GYCC members, now humanity is overcoming the COVID-19 pandemic with collective intelligence. Such a power of collective intelligence should also be used to respond to climate change. I am sure that the voices of the GYCC youth will be another case of collective intelligence. I believe our meeting today, this year, will be a crucial moment of young leaders' collective determination to resolve climate change now, as well as for the future. If you send your voices to the world leaders to make promises, the chances of their realization will increase. I hope you become the agent and driver to move political leaders, and I ask you, raise your voice. Experts are saying that environmental destruction has damaged the wildlife habitat, causing more contact between animals and humans. And as a result, COVID-19 has emerged. That's a novel virus that mankind has never experienced. This pandemic has given us a very powerful warning. There are more than 550 million people who have been infected, and more than 6.5 million people met tragic death. The climate change is the biggest challenge in human history and is one for the all humans that will continue. If we would have been able to address climate change, I don't think this COVID-19 would have seriously hit human beings like this way. Scientists warn us that, I quote, if we fail to effectively respond to climate change, humanity will ultimately no longer survive on Earth. There is a prediction that sixth mass extinction may occur in just 100 years. Do you know when the last mass extinction, the fifth extinction, happened? That happened 65 million years ago. At that time, that famous dinosaur and almost all the species on the earth died. There were no human beings at that time. Can you just live in this way? In just 100 years, if we experience sixth mass extinction, that's a nightmarish. The world is a multi-family under one roof, and we all are one community living and breathing in the same space. For such a community, cooperation, partnership are most important. The climate crisis is an existential problem related to human life, and if the current trend continues, the global temperature may increase by more than 3 degrees Celsius from the pre-industrial level at the end of this century. We must continue to join forces to make the international community's effort, including the commitment to carbon neutrality, leading to a sustainable and brighter future. Now let me just conclude by saying the meaning of this meeting and vision of GYCC. The GYCC was planned and programmed when I served as a chair of the National Council on Climate and Air Quality. The voices of the youth have been presented in various forms at major international events and had the repercussions in the international community. In reality, however, they were held merely as an accessory of each major event. Thus, I thought there was a need for a platform led by young people and containing only the voices of the young people. And the GYCC materialized such a platform. However, the GYCC aims not only hearing the responses of the youth to climate change. As you are well aware, the last letter C of the GYCC stands for challenge, which means that you should do more than raising your voice. You must and act now. Apparently, it will be challenging to make your voice heard. Furthermore, seeking sustainability in your action is also crucial. So challenge your governors, challenge your mayors, challenge your professors, and CEOs of business communities. Tell them that make sure you make this world environmentally sustainable. Tell them that this is the world yourself and your succeeding generations will continue to live with the peace and surety for prosperity. Many young people here have actively discussed response to deforestation. The GYCC is a theme of this year. Although many participants have joined the GYCC online for 2 years since 2020. I would like to say that all of you joining the GYCC today are having a wonderful youth, sharing your precious opinions with so many young people in the world for as long as 3 years. It is known that the GYCC will be held in connection with the COP, Conference of the Parties, and P4G, Partnering for Green Growth and Global Goals 2030, starting next year. There is also a vision to connect with the COP being held every year, as well as to hold a GYCC in the host country of the P4G. The next COP will be held in Sharm el-Sheikh in Egypt this year. And another one will be in Dubai, United Arab Emirates. I believe that GYCC becomes an important platform for raising your voices and having discussions on climate change among the global youth, which is truly meaningful. Distinguished members of the GYCC youth, in March 2021, the 7 billionth child on the planet was born. I have no capacity to foretell the future of this child in terms of her health or career. She was a girl. I can tell she is more likely to suffer in the middle of a severe climate change than us, not in the dangers such as war, poverty, or disease. It is a matter of the life or death, of the destiny of future generation. The younger generation have to request the elder generation more systematically and most faithfully and actively participate in the activities responding to climate change. Recently, many global agendas have been drawn. You may agree that the most urgent task among them is to achieve carbon neutrality by 2050, in line with the international community in response to climate change If we fail to effectively respond to climate change, humanity will ultimately no longer survive on the planet. As climate change transcends ideologies, borders, and races, global cooperation and solid action are required. And each and every one of you should become a messenger to cooperate with the climate change response organizations of your countries and form a climate change response network based on solidarity. I wish the GYCC Youth Network become a foundation of your action and have a wonderful legacy for future generation. I think the education on climate change and the environment should be offered to all age group in every possible. I hope that the tentatively named GYCC Youth Academy will be established, where young people from around the world can continuously communicate with each other and receive training with the GYCC at the center. I think that GYCC youth should think about how and what they can contribute to the world, which requires cultivating global citizenship. All of you should endeavor to foster and find yourself worthy as a young global citizen. Dear GICC members, ladies and gentlemen, failure to ensure a sustainable future for next generation is irresponsible, as well as all but immoral. Achieving carbon neutrality is the only one and the only way to make a change and to create a better world. A sustainable world can only be made when the world comes together, which is a moral duty of the times. Lastly, I hope the Seoul Town Hall meeting, scheduled on the day after tomorrow, will be successfully held, and hope to see you all again at the P4G Summit to be held in Colombia next year. In fact, I visited Colombia at the invitation of President Duque of Colombia, who visited Korea 2 years ago. And then I and Ambassador Kim raised and reminded the Colombian government that the GYCC will be held in coordination with the P4G Summit next year. And I wish you all the best, and we hope that have a very constructive exchange of views. Thank you very much. 감사합니다.
Yes, thank you for your inspiring and thoughtful message.
Until now, we've held the opening ceremony for the Global Youth Climate Challenges 22-23 Umsong Town Hall meeting. We'll have a 15-minute break, and we'll proceed afterwards in the Peace Hall.
We will get back to you soon. But first, please, all participants stay seated until the distinguished guests leave the hall.